Josh Hart will be returning to the New Orleans Pelicans on a 3-year, $38 million deal. Now, this is one of my shockers of the offseason. I did not expect Josh to land back in New Orleans. I thought he'd go elsewhere. I am one guy that do believes Josh Hart needs a new beginning. I think he maybe needed to get away from Brandon Ingram, who he spent pretty much his entire career around, right? And Lonzo Ball as well. Now, Lonzo left New Orleans for Chicago, so I think that is a plus. I think Hart needed a fresh start somewhere else. He needed to get away from that ugly stigma of being the add-ins to that Anthony Davis trade with the Lakers and Pelicans. But I think enough of that is gone out of New Orleans now with Lonzo bolting for Chicago. I like Josh Hart a lot. I'm one of the people that I'm not going to give up on Josh Hart. I liked him at Villanova, and I still like his game today. Josh Hart, did you know that he was second in rebounds for guards last year? He gave you 8 rebounds a game. And let me tell you why that was important to me. His shot, it hasn't been great. It ain't improving like you would have thought it would have. You would have thought a guy that has played with LeBron and Zion for pretty much his entire career, you'd think he'd be consistently knocking down that jumper, right? But that has not been the case as of yet. I think it's been inconsistencies in rotations, the offense. I think Josh would admit he could probably get a little more serious on the basketball court. But the rebound total is the one thing that I'm going to hang my hat on. I think the jumper's going to fall one day. He's only 26 years old. I think the jumper's going to start to fall if he locks back into a gym. Go get with lethal shooter somewhere and lock in. The thing that I needed to see from Josh was he still engaged on the basketball court. And going and grabbing 8 rebounds a game as a guard that didn't start every game for the Pelicans, that's a big deal to me. I'm not just going to sneeze at that. That tells me he was still locked in and trying to do whatever it took to help his team win basketball games. Not to mention, that Pelicans team had 2 big dudes in Steven Adams, who's a really good rebounder, and I know Zion isn't a great rebounder yet, but he's a big load, right? So you had those 2 gentlemen, and also Jackson Hayes got a lot of minutes as well for New Orleans. You were still able to go give me 8 rebounds a game as a guard. That's a big deal to me. And I don't want to sneeze at that, and I think that will hold value, and maybe held a lot of value with New Orleans. I think he had a 20-rebound game last year as well. Like, those are big deals to me, and I think that all went into the Pelicans giving this kid another chance. I want to see Josh Hart win. He's one of my favorites, and I'm honest to God truth, I think he will win. Now, will it be in New Orleans? I'm not sure, but I think by the end of this contract, when he's around 29 or 30, he's going to make a lot of bread. If he cleans it up, he's going to make a lot of bread. He has the ability to knock down that jumper. He's not going to bounce off your screen, but he's athletic enough. He's still got some of those freakish athletically plays that come to mind with Josh Hart, specifically the one where he saved the ball in that Lakers-Portland game when he's literally heading out of bounds, almost tears his leg off the bone, but he was able to save the ball in bounds. I like Josh Hart, and I think he will figure it out one day in the NBA. 3 years, $38 million to stay with New Orleans for the foreseeable future.